up in the world, we're all trying to do it. And as women in the workplace, we face our own set of unique challenges trying to move up that ladder. Kym Hubbard is the first African-American and first woman to hold the title of Chief Investment Officer and Global Head of Investments for Ernst and Young. I met Kym several months ago, and I was just mesmerized by her poise, her strength of character, and her unique achievements. I knew that her wisdom had to be shared, so I sat down to chat about the game-changing lessons she learned on her way to the top. Take a look. I know this is hard because you're very humble, but if you could try and articulate, why do you think they chose you?
One, I was ready and eager for the opportunity. You can always want something, but if you're not ready to accept it, the chances of you getting it are not that great, right? You have to be ready and open to it, and when opportunity presents itself, you have to be there for it, right?
As a young person, how do you maintain your confidence in those environments?
Use it as a weapon and not a curse. You know, like I said, when you walk in the room and if you're the only woman there or the only Latino or the only African American, you know, use it to your advantage. Make sure that you're relevant, that you're authentic. I think that's very important. People sometimes cower down and don't want to be the African American, the only African American woman in the room, or the only Latino woman in the room, or vice versa. But you should look at it as an opportunity.
It's hard, and especially at the beginning of your career when you're around much more experienced people.
Yes. It's intimidating. It definitely is intimidating. Don't get me wrong. I've been in rooms, and it still happens. Not too often, but every once in a while you can feel a little intimidated, but that's when you have to just remind yourself, you know, that you're there for a reason and you deserve to be in that room just like everybody else. I can, I must, I will succeed. I can, I must, I still say that from time to time.
Let's talk money, because this is definitely a place I struggle. I'm more of a creative. How in the world do you ask for a raise?
That is tricky.
What's the proper way to go about it?
First, you got to know your self-worth. In this particular instance, in my opinion, you got to know what the other people at your level or even above your level are doing. How are they succeeding? Are you working at that capacity? Have you brought that kind of value to the table?
I've seen a lot of things leaked recently. The BBC had all of their salaries leaked.
Okay.
Sony had their salaries leaked. And statistically, almost all of the women were making significantly less.
Well, then you bring that information and ask why.
Yeah.
You know, ask, is there a reason for it? Is my work less? Am I valued less? Am I doing less than that person? And be prepared to walk away. You have to feel comfortable within yourself as to the approach that you take. But definitely, if you feel strongly about it, speak up.
Is she not goals?
She is goals. She is just, she has it all together. She's amazing.
What was your big takeaway from it?
She said one thing I really loved, that you have to turn your weaknesses into your strengths. So if you walk in the room and you're the youngest or you're the only anything, use it to your advantage.
I like that.
Yeah, it was
I like that a lot.